Okay, take two of the Nico Harrison, Cooper Flag bullshit fucking angry rants about the flag thing. Let me just say what is on everyone's mind and what everyone has been saying for the past 12 hours since the Dallas Mavericks fluked their way into Cooper Flag. What the fuck just happened? Like, legitimately, like, what happened? How is this possible? How is this allowed? This team, the team that made the worst trade in NBA history and burned itself to the ground in the middle of the season, gets rewarded with the most compelling draft pick in this year's draft. The most compelling prospect in this year's draft is going to the fucking Dallas Mavericks. I am besides myself about this. Do I pick another sport? Do I go to, is cricket, what's up with cricket these days? Genuinely, because this doesn't make any sense. Basketball-wise, optically, it looks terrible. The Mavericks are not designed to house Cooper Flag. This is like what the foster care system looks like. This team is not equipped to parent Cooper Flag. Okay, Nico Harrison and Patrick Dumont make horrible parents as is. I can't have my baby boy Cooper Flag in this situation. I can't bear to witness this. This is child abuse. And the fact that this fucking team is allowed to win the lottery, and every other bad team in the NBA, every actually bad team in the NBA, got absolutely, utterly fucked in this draft is ridiculous. I don't know what else to tell you. If you're a Utah Jazz fan, if you're a Wizards fan, a Nets fan, all these bad teams, it would have been like, oh, okay, Cooper Flag's going to Brooklyn. That's dope. We got to see Brooklyn actually, build itself back up. They finally get a good draft pick. Nope, 8th pick in the draft. Here's Trey Johnson. Here's Kamon Malawach. You like Con Knipple? If you're a Utah Jazz fan, this shit was set up for you to win. You had it made. You had a disastrous season where Will Hardy was... the Jazz didn't even have to trade anybody at the deadline this year to be bad. They just, it got to the point where they just sucked ass. They sat Lauri Markkanen for half the year with bullshit injuries, and he didn't play well when he was on the court. And they just were disgusting for the entire year. And they get rewarded with absolutely nothing. After all that suffering... Here's Colin Murray-Boyles. The prospects that are available for Utah now are just role players. Few and far between are the good players at 5 and 6 in this draft, the elite prospects. Even Charlotte, and I hate the Hornets, I would like to see them be good, but until it actually happens, where they have a season that makes sense, it's I didn't want Cooper Flag to end up here. That's worse than the Mavericks. Okay, we talk about the Mavericks being the foster home system incarnate. Dude, the Hornets are even worse. They have all these kids running around without clothes on around the house. They're all sitting the whole season with fucking injuries. LaMelo's running over fans in the parking lot. This shit is not art. And even they got kind of fucked in this draft because they didn't get one of those coveted top 3 picks. Now, Edgecombe is going to be a good Hornet. I actually kind of like that fit for them a lot. They would have been a satisfactory destination, at least a logical destination for Flag. And at least they're young enough that he fits their timeline. The Dallas Mavericks are none of those things. They think they're a contender when they are a pretender. They're fraudulent next year. Kyrie Irving's not coming back till February. You think they're going to be higher than the 9 seed by the time Kyrie Irving comes back? And who knows what condition he's going to come back in. I love Kyrie, but he's 32 years old. I think he's pushing 33. He has documented knee issues, and an ACL tear is perhaps the most significant knee injury he's faced. And while he's gone, they have, no ball handling on this roster. Jaden Hardy, for as much as I like him too, was not able to break into the rotation and save this team once all their players got hurt. Did you hear that much of Jaden Hardy once the Mavericks started just folding on this season? Once they had 45 players injured at once, Jaden Hardy did not really step up all that much, if we're being for real. Which is a shame because I was expecting him to be really good. You look at the rest of their young players, you've got Max Christie, Derek Lively's really good, but he was made a lot better when you had an apex ball handler to throw him lobs. He was better in a winning environment. Anthony Davis is obviously incredible, but he misses 20 games a year. And you look at the construction of this team, it doesn't make any sense. They've got this weird amalgamation of veterans and young talent that's just sort of cobbled together in this bullshit mockery of the sport. And the fact that Cooper Flagg has to live in that, the fact that this is where the Cooper Flagg storyline is going to take place, it makes me sick. Like, let me outline the Cooper Flagg storyline for you. It was perfect. It was written for these shitty teams to rise up. Cooper Flagg, a generational prospect in my opinion. The sort of player that in 5 years is going to be on MVP ballots. A player who got to the precipice of college basketball, was the best player in the nation for the whole year, and right at the very most crucial moment of the last game of the season, he fails to get them to the Natty. He fails. He misses the game winner. Like, that is such a compelling narrative. Like, yes, did it feel bad in the moment? Yeah, it really sucked, especially as me, someone who became a big fan of Duke during the season. It was brutal to watch Cooper Flagg fail in that game against Houston. And he would have the chance to redeem it on his own team that gets built from the ground up, that he revives in the NBA, and he could prove all the doubters wrong. And all of that gets shoved out the window by the fact that he's on this fucking distraction of a franchise, this team that should be relegated to the fucking G League in the Dallas Mavericks. I can't trust Nico Harrison to make a good decision while Flagg's there. How do I know he's not going to trade Flagg for like 5 second-round picks in 2 seasons? Like, genuinely, it's a horrific situation. And it completely overshadows the fact that San Antonio got ridiculously lucky in this draft. They now lead the arms race to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. The last thing I'm going to say about this, because most people have probably already gotten like their outraged, pissed off takes off. I've already kind of done that. The last thing I'm going to say about this, though, is that the NBA needs to switch the draft lottery back to the old odds. Like, this shit doesn't work. It doesn't work. They tried it for, I think, 5 years now? 6 years since the Zion draft. They've tried to flatten the lottery odds, give teams that are mediocre a better chance, discourage tanking. It doesn't work. Okay? Philadelphia shoved this season out the window. They gave up 30 games into the year. San Antonio tanked out the last, 25, 30 games of the season because Wemby was hurt, okay? These are good teams, genuinely strong teams that should have had no business getting top 3 picks. The Dallas Mavericks, for as much as we don't like them, they not only didn't deserve this pick, they weren't that bad. There were bad teams that needed star power, that needed that jumpstart, that superstar to build around. Utah, Washington, Brooklyn, Portland even, Chicago. So many teams that needed this sort of player that didn't get him. I understand that tanking is not a good part of the game, but this did not fix it, flattening the odds. If anything, it made it worse, because now more teams are encouraged to pull the plug early on the season. You need to go back to the old system, where you need to be like a 14-win team to win the lottery, because this doesn't work. It doesn't make sense that these are the 3 teams, the Sixers, the Spurs, the Mavericks. These are the 3 teams that get rewarded most for this season. Like, all 3 of these teams were a joke and a meme this year, and they did it to themselves in the least organic way possible. Like, the Jazz they're going through the motions of a rebuild, but they'll never get to see that through unless they actually get the chance to get somebody who they can build around. And evidently, Utah has no avenue to get that player. At least not one that's clear. You look at a team like OKC, sure, they got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and through trade, and that sort of saved their rebuild. The only reason that they were able to get Shai in the first place in a roundabout way was because they got good lottery luck years ago with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, which kept them afloat long enough to eventually trade for Paul George, which allowed them to eventually trade for Shai Gilgeous. If you want to build a good team and you're a small market, even if you're Oklahoma City, you need lottery luck. You need your Chet Holmgrens. You need your top 3 picks. And the fact that the Jazz and the Wizards got absolutely cucked by this lottery is ridiculous, and they need to change this shit. But that's going to do it for me. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe. I'm just in shambles about this. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to say. It's a horrific situation, and the Dallas Mavericks need to stand trial for this shit being rigged in their favor. I will catch you guys in the next video, though, ma'am. Cue that music. I don't even know if I put music on this video. I'll catch you guys in the next video, ma'am.